Hey everyone, it's Sami from Sami Sweet Life, and I just filmed my thumbnail with a big giant planner stack. So we are talking about planners today. So 2020, total crap year. Did not do much planning, did not use very much plannerage. And so I have old planners to use yet again for this year. I didn't buy any fresh new planners, and I don't plan on buying any fresh new planners. I may buy some more of the discs and maybe a disc punch, but that's about as far as my planner purchases will go. I do have a 6-month no spend as far as craft supplies, so I'm not even buying planner stamps, even though I want specifically one set I know I want, but I'm not buying it until the 6-month mark. It is in my shopping cart. So when the 6-month no spend ends, I can buy that stamp set. So that's like my treat. The one thing I am going to be buying, and this is hopefully in February, we're doing a no spend January, but I plan on buying a printer hopefully in February. I'm still waiting for Amazon to mark the printer price down a little bit. I check a couple of websites that will tell you the pricing history, and I know they mark it down like 25 bucks every once in a while. So I'm really hoping to snag it when it's marked down, but so far I haven't had luck with that. So I'm going to hopefully get a printer in February. But today we're talking planners, and I will switch to the overhead mount and walk through a little bit of my plan for this. So first up, as far as planning and keeping track of dates and appointments and all that stuff, it's all iCalendar. I absolutely love iCalendar. It syncs with my watch, it syncs with my iPad, and it also syncs with my MacBook Pro. So I use this thing for any type of date, time-sensitive things. It's in my iCal. I have multiple reminders set for things. It gives you a chance to have 2 reminders. Like you can have it alert you at the time of an event, a couple minutes before, an hour before, the day before. And I use both of those reminders, so I get notified. And so I hopefully, knock on wood, fingers crossed, don't miss any time-sensitive things. Specific things you would write on a calendar, they're in my iCal, and that's how I remember them. That's how I keep track of things, and that's crucial to my sanity, basically. I can't keep track. If I have a written out calendar, that's great and fine, and I like to duplicate things like that. But when I write it out like that, some things slip through the cracks. I have missed an appointment or 2 over the years, and it always drives me bonkers. I know it's okay, it's not the end of the world, but I hate being late to stuff. I hate forgetting about important things. And so my iCalendar saves me in that regard. So I've been using that. And then the other thing I've been starting to jazz up and kind of redo is my actual digital planner on my iPad. It's the same iPad Pro from years past, and it's the same actual GoodNotes planner that I made. I'm still using the same one. I'm just moving some things around, and I will walk through this step by step in this video so you guys can see my whole planner setup. And then as far as a paper planner, I like to do some sort of to-do list style thing on paper, and I don't know what that's going to look like yet. So we did actually choose to send Olivia to in-person school. It was a really tough choice to make, but the virtual stuff just is not the same, and she's a kindergartner. She just needs that in-person, and so we made the really tough decision to send her back. I'm very comfortable with the school. They have had cases, they send out alerts and stuff, but no outbreaks. Every case has been contained, and it's not like we get an email one day where there's 1 case, then the next day there's 10 cases, and the next day there's 50 cases. It hasn't been like that at all. It's been very isolated, 1 case here, 1 case there, and they've done the proper measures. All the kids are masked, and so it's really safe. They have a really good janitorial team, so things are staying clean and sanitized. And so I feel as safe as I can sending her back. But going along with that, I don't know what my planning life is going to look like, because I'm going to be in charge of pickups and drop-offs. I'm going to have 1 kid part of the day and then pick up Libby, and then I don't know what the rest of the day is going to be like. We haven't had in-person school, gosh, since the very beginning of 2020. So it's been a while, and so it's going to be something to get used to. We're going to be in a different mindset with that. We're all going to have to wake up a little bit earlier because her in-person school starts sooner, and we have to actually get to the school instead of jumping out of bed and going to the little Zoom meeting where it takes you 5 minutes to get there. It's going to be a whole different ballgame. So I've got 3 planners, the same 3 planners that I've had. They're all 2019 or 2018 and previous to that. So I don't even know if it says on here what year this one is. Yeah, so this is an Erin Condren 2018/2019, and it is a timed thing. So if we need some sort of written out time schedule, let's see. Some of these I actually have used. Okay, I found one that's not used, so I will have to like flip through. I will repurpose this, like the dates are all wrong, but I will use like the weekly spread and just cover up the dates on them and reuse this because it's perfectly good paper. It's perfectly good planning stuff. I can just repurpose it. So if I need a timed schedule, like this has the times from 6 a.m. all the way down to 7 p.m. and then like a section you can add your own hours or whatever if it's after 7 p.m. So if I need a timed thing, I'm going to be using this life planner and repurposing it. If I'm going to be needing another style of weekly, I have a Plum paper planner, and this is from 2019 into 2020. So I've gone back and done like a task list on here over the months. So I will just flip to a page that's empty and use it. And I really like this. This is one of their student style planners, and I can customize their planners, which is awesome. So I have a little healthy habits habit tracker on the schedule, top 3, and then a blank, and then a big box down below. So I have options for being able to use this if I just want to do a dedicated tasks list and I don't need times. I'm really just not sure if I'm going to need the time schedule. Maybe, especially in the beginning when I'm learning how pickup and drop off is going to work, I might use the time schedule. But these ones I will be repurposing so I can flip back and forth from week to week as far as what I want to do with these. And then my third option actually is like third/fourth option. I have another style weekly, and this is an INKWELL Press 360, and theirs is a disc bound system. It's called the INKWELL 360, and I reviewed this, and I'll have all the relevant videos down below for you guys. But I have 2 different style of inserts for this. So I have the weekly spread that is the horizontal spread, and then I also bought the daily pages for this too. So if I just want like a dedicated full-on day, I've got this. It's got the time schedule. It's got different sections for prioritizing various other little sections on the day. So I can actually just use that if I want a dedicated page of the day. So I have quite a few options as far as planning with these guys, with this big monster list, and I can repurpose any of these. The daily pages in the INKWELL 360 are undated, but the weekly ones are dated, so I would have to repurpose those along with the Plum paper planner and the Erin Condren. So I just have a lot of options as far as what I'm going to do from day to week. And then on top of that, if I want even more options for my daily, weekly pages, I have lots of spreads in here. So I will walk through some of that, but I can just customize it. I can do whatever I want in here. I just really like pen to paper. I just really like having some sort of go-to for the daily, like, to-do lists. So I can use this. I see that there's some pages like still marked in here that I was using. Like I have the tab on a page. I plan on using some pen to paper. So I can just like leave this out, have my to-do list. And when I have a free couple of moments, it really depends on what Stella's doing. Like she'll go and play really nicely some days. And then some days she wants me to hold her on and off all day. So I don't know how much productive time I will have outside of just nap time. I really like just having a to-do list because there will be pockets of time where she goes off and plays and I can do like some sort of prep thing in the kitchen or get some little cleaning task done. And so I like having the to-do list option available. Sometimes when I don't have anything written down, I don't know what I need to do, and it kind of like makes me go through a mental checklist, and it's so much easier, so much nicer to just have it written down in a planner so that I know what's coming up or what to expect. So that's just kind of my plan. I will go ahead and show you guys the digital planner, show you guys a little bit more up close these planners, and then I have a couple of other little options and accessories and things that I can also use and throw into the mix. So let's hop to the overhead camera and I will show you guys a deep dive of my Digi planner. Before we dive into the Digi planner, I have a few other things to just do a quick like honorable mention. I may use these in some form for crafty endeavors or for meal planning, also possibly for to-do listing, but I've got a few other things. So I have one of the Freckled Fawn Traveler's Notebooks, and I just absolutely love the Traveler's Notebooks. I love the size of them. I love how compact they are. I love that you can change out your inserts to fit your needs because the booklets are so nice and easy to use, and I love especially theirs are just so nicely done. So I have quite a few of these still, and I just love the idea, love the concept, and then never put it to practice. Like hardly ever did anything. I also have a Lime Life, actually 2 Lime Life little lined notebooks. They also make Traveler's Notebook actual inserts now, but I've got all this space. I could totally use this for to-do listing or something if I want to get into that. I at one point tried to do like little about me scrapbooking in one of these and just never really followed through with it. But I just love the way it looks. I may just have this to keep track of supply lists or things for scrapbooking, card making, and that type of thing, because it's just so beautiful. And I love the whole way the setup is. I just never really dove into it. I may end up, when I get my printer, actually printing my own sort of things to go in there and trying to use it at some point, but it's not a high priority right now. And then I got this one at Target. I think this one was like $3. I just picked this one up at Target, and it is just a little weekly spread with a notes page, and that's it. That's the whole book. I don't even know that it has monthly spreads. I'm pretty sure that it doesn't. I'm pretty sure it's just weekly spreads, which is really, really convenient for meal planning or supply lists or things if I'm in here. And I just really like it. I like the setup of this. I think it's a great idea for having like a meal plan and a grocery list, because my meal planning right now is in my Digi planner, but I could definitely go paper for that. And so I don't know what I'm going to use that for. I just really loved the way that one was laid out. And then here is another one. It's in the Inkwell Press bound book, and this is from 2018. And I've used this on and off to keep track of projects, but for the most part, it's blank. It's that same layout that I have for the Inkwell Live Well 360. It's just the horizontal, and I really like it. I like it for keeping track of supplies and things, and I like their spreads for the habit tracking and planning and goal planning. Again, I could cover up the dates, repurpose it. It will be a lot easier if I have a printer, so I can just print on sticker paper and cover the dates up, or even just put white sticker paper over it would be fine, because it's just beautiful. Their stuff is just so beautiful. I love the cover of this one, and so I may repurpose this one. You can see Olivia got a hold of it a little bit. But that's also in the mix. I also want to do some plan with me stuff, especially like setting up maybe a fitness planner and keeping the fitness stuff separate. I have lots of stuff for planning. So I've got Inkwell Press stickers that never got used, a nutrition and fitness sticker book that I could definitely use for some fitness stuff, some stamps. Some of these are Studio Calicos. I don't even know. This is Neat and Tangled, a blog planning one, a workout one, Studio Calico, and then some Lawn Fawn stamps. Assignment says stamp that's like got some planning stuff in it. And then some of the Studio L2Es. I've used these on Plan With Me's before, and some not at all. I don't think I've used that one at all. But that is something I really want to do. I want to do some Plan With Me's and get a little creative with planning. And lots of planner options for doing some stuff like that. And so that's pretty much it. I'm going to walk through these ones really quick and show you guys the way the layouts look. So we've got the classic layout there. And then let's see if I can find a daily page. I put a few daily pages near the front. And then there's a look at what the daily page looks like. They're really, really nice and undated. It's just front and back the same little thing. I will try to incorporate some of these layouts here and there. And then as far as the student planner, I kind of showed it, but here's a better look at it. I just really like that I can just really keep track of the most important things up top, make my to-do list for the day, and it's easy peasy. That's the one I actually have been using. You see there's a pen. So every time I actually want to use a date, a pen to paper type thing, I use that. And then here is the timed schedule. Again, this is a couple years back, so they have, of course, probably updated it. But that's what it looks like. It's just dates and times with a little checklist, so you could keep like a weekly to-do list and then keep track of the schedule. And I'll probably end up using this the first few weeks she goes back to school, because it's gonna throw us for a loop. Let's walk through the actual digital planner here. It is the iPad Pro. I do have videos on it if you want to see more details. I'm gonna hop to the first page in this. I'm using GoodNotes, by the way. And so I ended up adding a little cover page to this. I'll zoom exactly in so you can see everything. There you go. Okay, so I did end up making a cover page for this. It's just one of their cover pages. Like when you go under add a page, you can go all sorts of places and find things. So I just ended up finding a cover, and then I wrote on here Sami plans, and this is a free font that I'm using here, Watermelon Script. I don't know where I found it or anything, but you can Google it. I just used it in really big fonts to make the little cover page. And then I jumped right into the yearly, and I want to talk about the tabs. I redid the tabs, and this is like the only thing I've really done so far. I've redone the tabs and organized things just using American Typewriter as the font. And again, you can Google it and find that font. It's a free font. And so I've got different categories now. Today, year, goals, scrap, fitness, projects, and YouTube. So I just customized it to fit this year for me. I will be using this yearly page to keep track of school and project life. So down here you see my little key. I've got project life to print, school holiday, and project life done. So I will use the little highlighter tool. And what's cool about this is you can make the highlighter and the pen any size that you want, any color that you want. And so I can just like dot it. I can even go up a size, dot it. And then I can be like, okay, those are the days she's out of school. Like, keep track of it, use the academic calendar and mark everything. But I obviously don't want to do that because those aren't actually the right days. But I can keep track of my project life that way, the school holidays, and also what I finish in project life. So that's my plan for the actual yearly thing. And this is a free thing that I found on the internet. So you can find a free yearly thing anywhere. But I put the title on there. And that actually is, where's the text? That's the Sweet Dessert Demo. That's the other font I've been using a lot. So that's just a yearly spread, and I'll show you guys. I have been using this same sort of thing. I started this planner in 2018, so I've been using it. You can see here 2018. I got rid of the 2019, but I have my older pages in here to show you. I haven't updated like her school schedule because I wanted to keep that kind of private, but that shows you guys like how I was doing it. So I showed on here the things that are printed are actually 2 colors, and then the project life, that's the weeks that are done, are pink marked, and then I kept track of it like that. So it's kind of the same concept. And then I go right into the January, and those tabs are down here. So January, and all of this is linked. I do have this in my planner printable shop. So you can just open the link, go straight to today. Open the link, go straight to the yearly, etc. Same with these tabs. So I've gone through this planner before, but that actually is for January, and I don't know what I'm going to be doing with this like list down here. I just stuck it there, and like all of these things are separate pieces. When you go to the little lasso tool, you can toggle these on and off what it's going to pick up. So handwriting, images, text boxes. So right now I have images and text boxes. So this is actually an image I just cropped and put in here. These are actual images that I just cropped and put in here. And then the title is made with the text tool, which is awesome. That was one of the upgrades that they didn't originally have when I first was starting to use this Digi planning. So it's really customizable. You can change out your layouts of things, which is really, really nice. And so before I keep walking through pages, I'm going to show you guys how I changed it up this year as far as how my planner is set up. So I've got all the yearly and monthly goal stuff set up in the beginning. And then I have all the calendars I have yet to crop and print. So I wanted to show you guys real quick how you can do this. You just grab your highlight tool, and since this is a page, there's nothing to click and drag. It's all just on the page. And so when I move this, you see nothing moves with me. But when you tap it, you can take a screenshot. And so it actually captures the image, and then you can choose. Then you can choose to copy it or save it to your images. So I just hit copy. And then go back. Let's see, go back. I have a February that's not actually done yet. This is February actually from, I think, 2018. So we'll go highlight all of this. I don't think I have handwriting on. Yeah, it's not going to pick up the handwriting, so let's change that. We'll toggle handwriting on. I'm going to pick all this up, even the highlighted stuff. Not the date, because I want the February there. And then I just hit delete. And then I'm going to paste in that calendar and crop it. I tapped it to find the crop button. And then I can crop it in closer. I actually don't need the title. I don't want the title. I think that's pretty good. And hit done, and then I can make it as big as I want it. So it fills up the page. And that's what I do for all of these. And then I think I will have to rewrite the title. Yeah, it covers up the title. So I'd probably rewrite the title so the Y hangs down in front of the actual calendar. But that's how I piece them together. I just found a free calendar printable online. And so I can go and move all those in. So that's still in progress. You can tell like it's not completely done. So I go through, I've got all the calendars ready, all the calendar spots. These are all the linked pages. So that's why I've been keeping them. You can't just delete these because they won't link after that. And so what I did, aside from the beginning section, is I made section headers so that when I'm scrolling through under this little tab, just seeing the thumbnails, I can find where I need to be. So like I want to go under this week, find a new layout. I have all the layouts organized, whereas before all of this was a mess. All of this wasn't organized. So I've got this week. I also have a meal planning section, a freezer inventory, a fitness section, whereas before all this was just jumbled up. I'd have to search for what pages I'm looking for. A cleaning section, a Sunday prep section, a goals, a health. That's just a migraine log and a mood chart right now. And then scrapbooking section, budgeting section, stats, YouTube. Like I keep track of YouTube notes. Oops. Scrolling back down. I hit the edge. I keep track of YouTube notes in here under YouTube. So like these are the notes for my 30-day of Apple Fitness. And I'll keep track. And then I also have a section for projects. I told you guys starting in April I want to do projects. Well, I measured my pantry. So this is like all the measurements for the pantry, all the shelves and things. It's so easy to put it in here. And then I have ideas for planning out the pantry. And then I also we actually had to plan out how our couch was going to fit. So I measured it. I've got house to-dos. This is my scrapbook room planning. Eventually I want it to look a certain way. So I have a couple of different options for that. I planned out, I'm such a nerd. I plotted out how my cabinets were going to be. So these are the uppers because we had 2 rows of cabinets. So I went into one of the homes that was being built. It was farther ahead of ours. I just took a picture of all their cabinets and then wrote what I wanted in each cabinet. You see there's Olivia. So that was just one day we went through. I wrote down everything. I plotted out the upper cabinets. They didn't have the actual drawers. They only had the cabinets. And we had paid more to get the actual drawers. And so I planned out things and they're not in the same spot. Like I have this for both pots and pans. Tupperware is not in there, but that gave me like an outline for how I was going to plan out the house, but I was super gung-ho. And so then I also used the same planner for our house build. So I've got like all the standard options. I wrote down things about everything that was standard. You can see there's their standard options for things like we upgraded the sink. And so I took pictures of everything as we were going through. So that's all house building stuff. Then I have planner shop stuff. Eventually I'd like to work on the planner shop again, but for now it's just totally on the back burner. And then miscellaneous stuff. And then I have extra pages here. These are pages that are just the same pages that I've been using. Like this is what I use for my goal page. So I can duplicate that and bring it up to the top. And then at the very end here, I've got doodles and written things from Olivia. So I really like that. And so that shows you like the outline of it. So let's walk through a little bit more in detail. I will show you how like the front of my book is set up. So you had gotten to just talking about the year. I will delete this 2018 page, but I wanted to show you guys how everything was listed out and not delete much. I did go and delete a few things, but not much. So there's the January page, and then it moves into my gratitude. I was doing this and keeping track of this really, really well in 2018 and into 2019, and then I didn't really do this for 2020. So I really want to get back into using that. And so I have one set up for January right after the month. You click on open link, you get to this page, and then you can go right over and go to January. So I can easily find that gratitude journal. And then I also have my January goals. I talked about this in my January goals video. I just have a no spend, and I need to write in here like Apple Fitness as one of my actual daily habit tracking themes. Everything else is not really daily. So I might need to come up with a way to track these 2 times a week things, like have a sheet of what 2 times a week things I have. And then moving into February, and all the months go like that. I set up the first like 3 months. So I've got my personal and scrapbook goals for February, the February gratitude, and then March is set up how I had them set up in 2019. So like totally skipped 2020 and then now we're into 2021. So I will again move the March calendar and change this around, but that just shows you I've got the March goals, the March gratitude, moving into April. I guess I did the first like third of the year. The first 4 months are done. April, and then moving into the things that aren't done yet. So that's the start of getting myself organized. And then as far as this week, I was using this. I have this cleaning checklist, and I don't know if this was from Carrie L. I think it was. I'm not exactly sure, but I just copied this over, and I'm trying to stick to some sort of cleaning routine. And I don't know that I'm going to stick with this completely, because there's some things on here that I definitely will not be doing every single day. Like, I don't do laundry every single day. I do it weekly, but I don't do it every single day. Same with like garbage. I don't take out the garbage every single day. We take it out as needed. So I will have to adjust this. I probably can like cover these up or use Procreate, the app on here, and take off some of these and then put in my own things. And these are like weekly things down here. So I will adjust this, but I thought it was a good starting point to like try to get in the habit of keeping track of things, especially with Livy being away at school. It'll give me more time to dedicate to some of these things. So that's kind of my plan for this one. And I just added this today, actually. I am working on making those little tiny penguins if you watch my crochet videos. So I'm just kind of highlighting it out. And then when I'm done with this penguin, you can go in with the eraser and delete the highlighted stuff. So I can keep track of it as I go. So here's one of the daily spreads. I also have various weekly spreads. This is a Plum paper planner actual layout, but I added my own titles just using the text tool. So let's see if I can just grab the page. So this is like the empty page. And then I added my own titles. So I've got a little to-do list. We can put time to schedule things, video and blog work to-do list, menu and meal prep ideas. If I have like a top 3 of the day, it can go there. And then I thought, a longer gratitude down here. So I could use that as a daily page. And I was using this when Olivia first started virtual kindergarten because she was having like 5 Zoom meetings a day and I had to keep track of the schedule. So it came in handy really, really nicely for that. And I also have this one. I don't know where this layout is from. I just grabbed a bunch of things I found online. So I've got a long running to-do list. And if I don't have a whole lot from day to day, I feel like I probably won't. But this one will work better. So I don't think I need a daily page or even a big giant weekly spot for every day of the week. So I feel like I'll probably use something like this where if we have something special on Monday, I'll put it there. And then otherwise I have like a running weekly to-do list. So I like that one a lot. And then again, another this week, it's a different one. And I think this is also a Plum paper planner. So it just has a block for each day of the week. And then here I removed part of the section, what was it? The lines, and then just inserted a habit tracker. Another one, these are just various ones that I found online. Haven't really done, and this was one I made myself with some stickers. And then here's a different one. Here's another one I made. I showed this when I was going through and using my planner a lot. I kind of patched this one together. I really liked how I pieced this together, so each thing is a separate piece that I just kind of stuck together. Again, same thing. And then this is another one by the same people. It's the vertical list that has a thing on the sidebar and then the vertical information. So I can use that. Here's a different one. This is one that I made from some stickers that Kelly had made for Sami plans and Kelly doodles. Another freebie. And then we move into meal planning. And so this is one that I had found online. And this is one I made myself. So I just made the grid myself and then put my own titles into the program. Like all these move around. So that's my meal plan actually for this week. And then going into next week, I have a couple of other things already written out that I plan on making because they're just things we haven't gotten to make yet. And then our freezer inventory, I did a whole video or vlogged during making the freezer inventory. And I have a bunch of things about fitness. These are various free printables that I have found and also some pages I actually scanned in from the little fitness book I had from INKWELL Press. So I scanned in some of these pages. So like this one was one I scanned in, but it's a plan and attack. So I thought I'd keep track of my steps on here. I really want to hit my 10,000 steps every day. And then I also, it's having trouble because I'm scrolling through pages so fast. This is another free one I have found. And so it's got all the days of the week, my weekly workout goals. You can do the cardio time, upper body, lower body, various sections and plan out my week. I'm not that good yet. To be honest, I'm just not that good yet. So I probably won't be using this as much for this part, but I definitely will be keeping track of steps in here. And I have the cleaning section where I have the actual monthly and quarterly sections here. And then this is the daily and weekly cleaning section. So I thought I would have a whole dedicated spot to cleaning. And if I find other cleaning printables and things, I will insert in this section. I just like how this one was set up. And then Sunday, I've got another Emily Lay checklist here. So I will work on Some of this is self-care, some of this is planning out the week. I will add to this and fine-tune this at some point. And then goals, I've got my yearly goals, and I wanted to show you. I told you guys in my 2021 goals video that I used the exact same sheet, and I knew I was going to be filming this video walking through the actual planner, so I kept my one from 2019. There you go. The beginning of 2019, we knocked out this goal, and I got sick and didn't plan a thing and didn't do anything. So a lot of this was like, improve fitness. Well, I didn't do that. I got worse on my fitness because I had a baby and broke my abs. Selling a house, and we sure did. We sold that house. And the same week we found out we had sold the house, I found out I was pregnant. So things really changed for 2019. So I just wanted to show you guys that because I did still have the page, and I looked back and it was like, wow, I didn't do any of this stuff except a few. And I also have a little vision board, which I don't think I used, but this is from homeprintables.com. And then I really like this habit tracker. I don't know where this one's from, but I like it. It has a weekly section and then a daily little goals section. So I may incorporate this. I might try to go like a deep dive into the goals and plot them out like this at some point. But again, like this is all a work in progress. I wanted to just show you where I am at the beginning of the year. And then I have a health section. It's just a migraine log. And so I've been lucky, knock on wood, that I have not had a whole lot of migraine issues lately. So it's just there in case I need it. I don't really want to talk much about this. I'll flip through it, but I'm going to talk and deep dive this on my scrapbooking channel. And then talking about money, I've got my bill paying checklist from before. So like the car is paid off. We do have mortgage, water. I think we have like a garbage bill and stuff. Money to savings and school. And then HOA is quarterly. So I have like things written down. I'll again have to adjust this because we've moved and things are different now. Budget. No spend, which I'm not really doing this year except this month. Savings goal thing I found, and then a savings goal thing I made. And then no spend rules from 2019. So we're getting into like older stuff. As far as YouTube, I don't want to go in too fine of detail, but I have a couple of things. I just have a list of video ideas, and I have it, blue is for Sami Sweet Life, this channel, and pink in this list is for SP. And that's how I do my editorial calendar. I have the bluish tealy color for this channel and then pink for scrapbooking. I found this one, and again, I don't know who made this, but I really liked having the idea, date, what's left to do, and then you can mark off what things have been done. I don't think I ever really used it, but I have it there in case I want to use it and be more professional. And then here's another thing for video ideas. I can actually checklist them off of here. And this is from Emily Lay. It's their brain dump. I really, really like this with the circle checks or checklist boxes. I've got a smudge on here. And then my projects, I'm not going to dive deep into those, but that's what I'm going to be using for my projects. And then miscellaneous, it's random stuff. I've got bakery story stuff that still needs to be cooked and mastered so I can get gems. It's a phone game. And then I've got beauty, buys, empties, and then books and crafts and food ideas that go along with that for the girls. And then product reviews. I have a list of one thing that I want product reviews. I've got some passwords and stuff that's covered up with a picture so nobody can see it, and then my extra pages. And that's it. So that was a lot of talking, a lot of diving into this planner. I'm going all the way back to the top. So that's it. It's a lot. I will still be like tweaking it and working it through. I basically had made the first few months of things, marking out my goals, got all the calendars I'm going to need, and then also just put in these headers and organize things. Before it was just all crazy, all mixed up, and now like all the weekly and daily spreads are in one place. All the meal planning stuff is in one place, so I can work with it and have different sections so that I can scroll through and find exactly what I need, because I don't have like necessarily a meal planning section as far as the titles up at the top. I don't have a meal planning section, so I still will come back to this and find certain sections and keep track of it that way. I can click these top things for certain things, the monthly tabs for other things, and find my way also with those little sections that I put together. So as far as logistics, I don't think I mentioned this. Like when I go to the scrapbook section and open the tab, this header is the page before the tab. So it doesn't actually open you on that. It opens you on the first actual page in the section, which I felt was better than opening on this. Because then if you open on this one, you still have to go over one. No, I don't have to. So I hope that you guys liked this video deep dive, looking at my planner stack, looking at my Digi planner, how I have it so far. It's a work in progress. I will try to do plan with me's. That's also a work in progress because I don't even have a printer, so I can't like print my own stickers or anything yet. It's going to be hopefully more planner videos on this channel. I really love doing planner videos. It's one of my favorite things to do, but I have to have the right mindset and motivation and energy because I don't want to plan up a bunch of things that I just know I'm not gonna complete, but I actually feel really motivated. And with Libby going in person, I feel like I can accomplish something also. That's hard having everybody home and also being in charge of her virtual learning, which has been like a major time suck. I've been having to spend nap times helping her with school instead of having nap times actually being a productive human being other than that. Like, of course, her schooling is really important and I was happy to do it, but it also was at the expense of having any free time. So now I'm gonna have time to do some productivity stuff and plan out and be productive. And I hope you guys will join me on the journey. So if you are new here, please hit the like button, subscribe, and follow me along. And I will catch you next time. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and happy planning. Bye. All right, so I filmed my last video and my necklace was completely crooked and I just now realized it and I filmed a whole video like that. Okay, it's straight. Let's go ahead and work on a thumbnail. I can actually hold all of these up. That's gonna be a challenge. Okay, I got a planner stack. Here we go. I can keep track of actually what in the world is going on. That is a cement mixer.